Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all the crap we love to talk about on ye olde brovs. I'm Ronnie, and that's Ben over there. Hello, you handsome man. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
Good. Everybody, welcome to the show today. If you want these on video as normal, go over to Crappens On Demand on Patreon. That's also where you get our bonus episodes. And thanks for coming to Amazon Live this week. This coming Monday, we will be doing Crappy Hour at 5:30 Pacific time. It's on YouTube Live, Patreon, and and Instagram. It's all free everywhere you go. Okay? Wow. You come on, you ask us questions, we talk about Bravo News. It's a good time, so join us for that. But today, it's the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the big Below Deck Down Under episode.
Yes, it's the big Below Deck Down Under crossover, timed specifically during a different Below Deck season. And even though it's Below Deck Down Under, they're in the Caribbean. So lots of things are spooky and strange this Halloween week.
It's going crazy. And also, they are really veganing it up over on Bravo this week because we had Below Deck, and then we're going to have a wife swap later that's vegan. So it's Vegan Week on
Vegan
Bravo
Week
as well. So I hope that no one's eating meat or meat products.
That's right. And it looks like next week on Salt Lake City, the Salt Lake City Down Under crossover, it looks like they're having some sort of like Halloween party, which is also wonderfully timed to come out after Halloween. So I got to say, they really coordinated this one well.
Poor guys over there, because you know they worked hard to get that on Halloween, you know? And
yeah.
They just timed it wrong. Like, come on, man.
Something went wrong. They just were like, you know what, we're going to delay the season a week. And that poor coordinator that had to make all these calls to make sure the schedule was right and everything was perfect, all their work just went out the window. So whoever that person is on the production team, we see you and we know you did a good job.
Yeah, this is not your fault, okay? This is not your fault. Stop hurting yourself. So we open with a very down under shot, which is the water. You know, they love some underwater shots on there. Like, look how scary it is. Look how scary. We even see a shark swimming by. This show's so unserious. I love it.
I know. It's so ridiculous. Also, this is a very exciting episode because there are a lot of people who watch Housewives who do not watch Below Deck whatsoever. So this is, for them, I think, actually their first taste at what a Below Deck episode might be like. So welcome to the other half of Bravo.
And it actually looks like a spoof of Below Deck, which I really liked. Like there's a deckhand, a male stew this time, which I think it's not our first time, but it's been a long time since we've had a male stew. And, well, I guess not that long, Fraser, but you know what I mean. And he has some hair on him. He's got some hair on him that raises some questions. He's got a back comb over, like he's trying to hide his back bald spot. So he's combing it over from the back to the front in sort of a bouffant. And then he's got like really super tweezed eyebrows. I cannot wait to find out more about this person.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the story is behind that hair and how like that feels like somehow a luxury experience for guests to see that hair. Like, this is supposed to be a 5-star luxury experience. Then you see that hair and you're like, is it? Or am I just at the Jersey Shore?
Yeah. And then the big surprise of that season is ruined because we find out who the crew is. And we've got Daisy and we've got Ben back from the ether. It's Ben coming back to the boat.
Ben is back. And then there's Joao, who came in fresh from Zimbabwe. Back in Zim, I was spending my time enjoying some relaxation, but I'm now back on Below Deck Down Under.
Just here to make sure women don't get ahead.
Just here to say the C word a few times and then moving along. And then we also have Alicia, who was the sous chef last season. Alicia is like the Daisy of Downton Abbey. She sort of putters around. She doesn't really know what she's doing, but it's nice that they put her back in there. I'm sure Ben's going to love her. And
I
then we
love her, and I
also,
knew I recognized her, but I didn't know from where. And it's because she's not a sous chef this time. This time she is
no,
a stew, and
no,
so
she's
I
a
didn't
sous chef.
recognize her. She
She's a
is.
sous chef. Yeah, she's still a sous chef.
Oh, I thought she was a stew now because she's in a regular uniform and everything.
At first, I thought it was actually Margot from Down Under like 2 seasons ago, but it wasn't. It was just Alicia. Alicia had a torrid romance with a passionate and fiery and actually violent Greek man last season. And then
Well, he was
wasn't
violent
there
towards cabinets, that's for sure. Those cabinets took a beating.
yeah, there was a dent down there. So there's a lot of returning faces on this charter that was very exciting to see. But actually, for as much as this was a Real Housewives Below Deck crossover, it was by and large a Real Housewives episode. I think the only difference is that unlike other vacation episodes they go on, this time some of the staff was mic'd up, and you heard some fleeting comments, but it really wasn't very much like a Below Deck episode, right?
Yeah, it was. It was, and we'll see the other side when we watch Below Deck. Isn't that the fun of it?
I hope so.
We open with a shot of the sea, and it looks really scary. They're making it like a scary movie, and then we just hear in echoes Mary saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And Daisy paging Dr. Jason, Captain Jason, get up here, Dr. Jason. Jason, come to the main saloon, Dr. Captain Jason. And then we hear echoes of Lisa crying. Good night,
Echoes
baby.
over the sea.
You are loved. Good night, baby. You are loved. A robotic voice. Jared, you are loved. On repeat, before the voice distorts, you are loved. You are loved, baby. You are loved. Mommy, why don't you ever call me? And then we see a stuffed unicorn floating by in the water. Someone's going to die tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's like the White Lotus. It's just the white low point. I don't know. So now everyone's arriving at the airport in Utah, because we're gonna flash back a few days, and they're all arriving in Salt Lake City, and Mary's struggling with her bags, and Whitney, I just got a text from Bronwyn. It says, "Hi, sorry for the late notice. I'm not gonna make my flight. Have a safe trip. I'm coming, Stell. Just gonna meet you guys in can I start over? It's Canawan, Whitney. Canoe to get the boat. We're taking a canoe on vacation? I'm confused.
I'm not surprised that Bronwyn is coming late. I'd be surprised if she comes at all, because what I've seen in the headlines is serious. She's damned if she does, and she's damned if she doesn't, because if she does, then we're all going to talk about it, and if she doesn't, we're all going to talk about it. Hold for shrug.
If she's damn if you do, and damn if you don't. Is there a dam? Is there a dam? Are we in a is the yacht in a reservoir? I'm confused.
So Mary comes, they're all cheering, and then Lisa and Meredith make it last second, and it's time to go on the plane. Brittany, who has learned nothing, is recording herself and Heather on her phone. And then they land, and Heather's like, it took us 15 hours to get here, but we finally arrived in Canawan because we're women who believe in each other, women who believe in soaring over clouds through all obstacles.
And then everyone's getting into a van, and Lisa's like, isn't this where all the billionaires come? Like Ben, like my good friend Ben and Blake. Where are they? Hi, Ben. Hi, Blake. Lisa, that's a pineapple tree. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure that's Ben Affleck. Yeah, we're friends.
You guys, look at what we're about to get on right now. And we see the yacht. And Brittany's like, oh, my God, I hope there's men on that ship. Does anybody think there's going to be single men on that ship? Hold on, I brought a picture of my daughter to put under the seat and ignore while we're here.
If you want to drive off with it, that's fine. So then they get to the yacht, and there's Captain Jason. He's like, hi, Heather. Hi, Whitney. And they give a big hug. And Heather says, I met Captain Jason when I was on a trip in Australia with Whitney, having a sisterhood. And we hung out for a week. And I told him every single story about how Mormonism traumatized me. And by the end of it, he said, okay, you can leave now. And I said, I won't leave, because we're sisters. And we are ride or die till the end, Captain Jason. And now comes the part where we ride on your yacht.
So then we see a month earlier, Heather and Jason on the phone. She's like, I would love to take the girls on your yacht. We're women who love experiences and sisterhood. You can be our captain. He's like, well, that's normally how it works on my boat. So, you trying to trap me at sea, you little minx? I am. I'm going to trap you at sea. Maritime law when it applies. You know how it goes.
Well, that would be amazing. We really have to bring our A game for you girls. So what that means is tonight, that when you come onto our yacht, when I crash this yacht, it'll be into a fabulous location. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Captain Jason. I'd love a luxury crash.
So the producer asks her what she would bring if she was stuck on an island with Captain Jason. And she's like, a bikini and condoms.
I'm just kidding. Of course, it'd be a copy of all 3 of my best-selling books. I'm an author.
And by condoms, I mean lots of pages of my novels to wrap around his penis.
I would bring a picture of my daughters to remind me that they're out of my fucking house already. Oh, God, sisterhood.
So Lisa's like, hi there. I'm probably going to be your lowest maintenance guest.
Everyone's got to be on their best behavior, girls. And so Angie's like saying hello to every single one. She's like giving their own little like picnic baskets full of like a Greek spread that she's made. Here's your tzatziki. Here are your dolmas. Here is your spanakopita. It is great to meet you all. I am the best. I am Angie. And so they're like, okay, come on. Hurry up, Angie. Come on. We want to get on the boat.
Let's just say you will never work so hard for your money in your life. Ladies, thank you. We're going to get well acquainted. All right. This is Daisy. We're going to cruise around for an hour, get some spots, and hopefully we'll get you wet. And then we'll get you in the water. And they're like, oh my God. He's going to get us wet. And Joelle's like, other way around, Captain.
Back in Zim, that's a popular expression. So then Lisa says, any chance I get onto a yacht? I'm like, yes, pick me, I'm in. But this will be like so nice for Angie. She's normally in like an RV. Shard. But Angie's like, I have never been on a yacht in my life. The closest I got was when I went to Greece and got into a life-size replica of Jason and the Argonauts. But I see Lisa and my good energy goes womp, 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 womp. And I'm planning on keeping my distance. Okay, so I could stand next to her and make my ankles look smaller. Ha 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 ha. Greek shade. Greek shade.
So now they go to the bar and they're getting cocktails and stuff. And Daisy's like, we've got champagne and we've got a little margarita shot as well. After this, I'm only going to do my tequila, though. Okay? So you know what? We need to make sure that you have my tequila. You've heard of it, right, Vida? No, I haven't heard of that. It's mine. You've heard of it, right? Vida, everybody drinks that. Yeah, the first lady of Rome. Everybody loves that. Blake Lively, Blake Shelton, Blake Masters.
Tim Blake Nelson. Daisy gives her this look like, are you kidding me? Listen, I take a taste of every single bottle of alcohol that comes onto this boat, and I can tell you right now, we've never even heard of Vida Tequila, lady. Daisy just has this. She just is giving her this look like, you're trying it. We do not have Vida Tequila on this yacht.
Yeah, Joao is mad because there's so many bags, of course. And now Mike, now's the hair. Mike the hair comes up.
The helmet.
And he brings some drinks and he's made a margarita shot. And she's like, a margarita shot? Margarita shot. That's margarita shot. It's a shot. A shot? Yeah, a shot. A shot. I love your accent. I love it. You have such a cute accent. This guy is clearly tweezed to the border. Like he's just looking at her like, okay. Are you really this unable to pick up on social cues, social sexual cues, ma'am? Please back away.
You're barking up the wrong hairy tree. So she says, I'm in a smorgasbord. I'm in a smorgasbord of heaven right now, a big old-fashioned smorgasbord. There are men everywhere, and not only just men, but like hot ones with big muscles who love Lady Gaga. It's amazing. We love the same music. All is right with the world.
I've always wanted a man I can share an eyebrow pencil with.
So are there only 6 of you? Is there another person coming? Because we're told there's supposed to be another person coming. Oh, yes. There's another one coming. Our sister, our long lost sister, because we are women and we leave no one behind. Whether we're in the pioneer days or in the Kanawhan days, we are all here together. But yes, we can leave port without her.
Well, there's 6 women and 1 hot dog coming, but she'll be here late. But if she arrives and we've taken off, how will she get to us?
Everyone knows that when a boat leaves port, no one can ever reach it again.
I'll organize it. Don't worry about it. She'll swim. Hey, Brittany, that's not a way to talk about your sister. You don't have to worry. We organize transport to the boat. It'll be fine. So now they get the yacht tour, and Whitney and Heather are going to take the master. Of course, Meredith gets the room with the bathtub.
Running gag. And then Mary and Angie get a room together. And then Heather winds up sticking Bronwyn and Brittany together, which is, I mean, look, you snooze, you lose, and you really do lose, I guess. But wow, that's a pairing that I can't imagine is going to be fun for either of them. Really
neither one of them really wins with this pairing. I mean, I wouldn't want a room with either one of these people. You've got Brittany over there talking about men the whole time, and then you've got Bronwyn on the other side trying to blow up her clothes. Like,
do you think this trip was how they were supposed to start the season? Because remember, the whole like camping trip that they started was the invitation said like put your bikinis on for sun and da 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 da. Where they was the plan originally to do like to start off with below deck, and then it like the timing didn't work out. So then they're like, okay, let's go camping instead.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
that could be an interesting
that wouldn't
theory.
be cool to trick them onto a below deck yacht because they wouldn't know to pack 3 suitcases or whatever.
That's true too. And I just said that would be an interesting theory, and I take that back. It's actually not an interesting theory at all.
It is. It's fascinating.
Literally a pretty dull theory. Do you think that this trip was supposed to be earlier?
It's a theory, and I love a theory. So Brittany's like, I have to share with Bronwyn? No, you have grit. You can do this. Listen, you're walking around with teeth the size of a child's head. You can take this, I'm sure. You can stand pain. How can you even eat with those things? You're a trooper. It'll be fine. She might not even show.
So then we go to the galley where Chef Ben is there with sous chef, Alicia. And I never remember if her name is Alicia or Alicia or Lisa.
Alicia. I think it's
Alicia.
Alicia.
Okay.
Alicia.
So she said, so they said this will be the hardest money you've ever worked for, Ben. He's like, oh, yes. I hope that that's reflected in the tip, to be honest. Otherwise, I'm stealing all their jewelry, and then I will cry about my greatest torment in life, going to boarding school.
Good luck stealing all that jewelry. That's all fake or borrowed. Never steal a housewife's jewelry, okay? You're never getting anywhere with that. Steal the Amex.
But I think they want you to steal the jewelry. That like literally get that insurance money. I mean, hello. Someone in the Palm Springs airport still like hit the payday. Monica.
Yeah. Wendy's filing an insurance claim on this trip, and she's not even on it.
So now the girls are up at the top deck. They're saying bon voyage to really no one at all. And Heather's like, you guys, listen to me for 1 second. Whitney and I actually were friends with Captain Jason. I just want to mention that again. I just really like flexing that I know one of the captains from a below deck. And I just want us to all be on our best behavior. And so then Lisa goes, but where is he? Where's Captain Jason? Where is he?
He's driving the boat.
When Whitney has to come in with the logic, that's a bad sign, Lisa.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't even know that we're totally crazy. And Brittany's like, I'm a sucker for the leader of a ship.
Maybe revise that phrasing. So you're into Captain Jason, Brittany? I mean, if he's into me, I'm into him. That's just how I roll. I just want a man to love me.
I admire Brittany's fervor to the opposite sex. Listen, I'm not the type to overtly flirt. He needs to flirt with me first. All I really like to do is follow men around and ask them important questions like, how did your arms get so big? Will you marry me?
No.
Do you want children? I've always wanted daughters.
Brittany saying that she's not the type to overtly flirt is hilarious as we watch her overtly flirt for the rest of the episode with Captain Jason.
With literally everything that moves. So she's like, well, I'm all for Brittany having her Jack and Rose Titanic moment, but I want her to feel like the king of the world without the boat sinking.
Chose the wrong captain for that. So let's cut to the footage once again of him crashing his yacht into a restaurant in New Zealand.
Yeah. Can we
Which,
please
for
show
people
the
who don't watch-
destroyed dockside chilies? That would be great.
For people who don't watch Below Deck, Captain Jason did crash his yacht into a dock, and it was on the news.
Wait, what about Jared? Oh, we're on a 30-day break. Oh, okay, so free game then. Any of these guys, take any of them. She's like, yeah, but I'd like to hang out with Captain Jason the most. So,
Oh,
sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
I was going to say that after my reading with Terrence, I decided to do the 30-day break. But then, Jared showed up to help me the other day to pack. And well, I guess 30 days starting now. Again. What daughter?
Now, if you're saying you want to go for Captain Jason, oh, good, but we don't want to hear one word about Jared, and I mean it.
Yeah, if you say Jared's name on this trip, we're going to splash you with water.
Oh, yeah? Jared, Jared, Jared.
Meredith just picks up a pitcher and dumps it on Brittany.
The entire pitcher of water. It's like, I like this idea. Wow, this is the first time I've ever agreed with Whitney.
Daisy comes out from the salon area and she's like, oh my God, what is going on here? So Meredith has been waiting 2 years to be able to dump that pitcher on Brittany.
Yeah. Well, we told you we're going to hold you accountable, Brittany, and we did with a pitcher of water. So Daisy is whispering to Heather that Bronwyn is on her way. Dun, dun, dun. And we see a tender coming. And Heather's like, let's go and greet our sister. I want her to feel welcome. We'll find out the details later, okay? So they go scream Bronwyn and wave, and they're just ready to roast her,
Yeah. But I like that Heather's saying that about we'll find out the details later. That was her way of saying, guys, let's not shoot our wad yet. We're gonna let's have a cliffhanger at dinner tonight. For right now, we're gonna just do some fun and games. So Bronwyn shows up.
I don't want us to bring up Bronwyn's issues until we've all agreed to blame them on Lisa later. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually what it is. So
Heather
Bronwyn is
so
dressed
ham-handed. I'm surprised the audience falls for this. The audience falls for this hook, line, and sinker every single time. And you see Heather, you see the little TikToks going behind her eyes, like tick, 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 trying to come up with something. And everybody falls for it. It's like, oh my God, it must be Lisa. When you see Heather planning this shit the whole time, it cracks me up. We're a gullible people as an audience.
We really are. But it's fun to be gullible. Sometimes it's fun just to go along with the story.
Shit, I'll still believe in Santa.
Us,
I'll still go sit
I
on
believe in the
Santa's lap in a
hills.
mall. Why not?
Yeah. I believe in Elsie and Heidi and Audrina. So I'm fine with some professional wrestling, but in, lady form with gossip. So
also, just a
Bronwyn,
note to cops. It would be nice if you guys would stop trying to arrest me. Okay? He's sitting there to have his lap sat on. So you have to be a fucking child to sit on Santa's lap? Get the fuck out of here. Who's the pervert?
I was wondering
He's the one
what
asking
you're-
people to sit on his lap. Just leave me alone. I'd like one holiday season to pass without a ticket.
So Bronwyn arrives and she's dressed like Benny the Cab from Roger Rabbit. And she's like, I don't know what I'm walking into, but I am going to dress like an old timey taxi cab for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that these women have seen these allegations and I'm sure they've discussed it. And of course, I have Todd's words reverberating in my head.
I don't want
remember,
so much salt on this. I could have a blood pressure attack right here in the ferals.
Okay, no,
Oh,
I think
I'm
it was
sorry.
I think it was some other words that were in. I remember Todd's other words.
Get off my lawn.
No, those words too, but I think there was another set of words that were reverberating.
Metamucil tastes just like chocolate milk if you put chocolate milk in it.
Oh no, and here comes some muzzy words. Oh no, muzzy words.
I wish I'd never had you.
Oh no, back to Todd words.
My knees hurt when it's raining outside.
Oh my God, Muzzy and Todd together. Oh no.
Think about your father.
Think about your father.
He
Wow,
has
okay.
a position in church.
Oh, Lisa, your best friend is here. Oh my gosh, she always wears a costume. Wow. Oh yeah, I've seen this look before. Yeah, I've seen it on Instagram, whatever. Used look incoming. And then we see
Are you
that
really?
she has in fact used this look before. We see multiple Instagram posts with her wearing an inflatable on her head.
I am going to allow this because I think the fashion faux pas is like when you recycle a dress on the red carpet. I think inflatable, you're going to try to get as much use out of it. Like, I think you're allowed to get like 4 or 5 uses out of it. Like, it's okay. I'm going to allow the Benny the Cab costume.
Okay. So Lisa
Okay.
is talking to Angie. What'd you say?
Sound like Michelle Lally approved it. Oh, this is Michelle Lally, and I approve this message.
It will be okay. I will accept your outfit.
Okay. So Lisa's talking to Angie, and Lisa's like, for me, I just feel like she's got like a lot going on her plate right now, especially after trying to retaliate against me. So yeah, I'm gonna just like, I'm totally in a good place with her right now. But like, if you want to like pick up this bone that I'm putting down and talk about how she has all these headlines against her, like you should do that. It'll be totally cool, you know?
What do you know? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
I know
Brittany's like,
nothing.
I know stuff. You know stuff. We all know stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw it. And of course, by it, I'm talking about this costume she's wearing, like her 5th time already. Like, give it up, girl.
How is that even going to save you from drowning if it's like holding only the top of your head above the water? Stupid. Stupid. You know what? Bronwyn and I are fine, and I don't like to throw around the word karma, but like I think it's grossly overused. I'm so sick of hearing the word karma. Like it's like totally ridiculous. Like, can we get a new word? But you know, why did you come for me so hard when you've got such icky skeletons in your closet?
So Bronwyn gets
Only
on
Lisa
board.
thinks the word karma is grossly overused because everyone's always telling you you're getting karma. She's like, why is everybody always using that word? It's only with you. It's only with you that they're using that word.
She's just like, she's just very, very, she's had too much exposure to Boy George. So much of that song. So Lisa is like, oh my God, Bronwyn, you come with your own life raft. Rah, yay. Huh, that was funny, right? And when he's like, is this fashion or costume? Lisa's like, it's a mix. So is it fashion? Costume? What? How do you mix fashion? I'm confused.
Okay, it's like mixing 2 words together. Like you're a dunt. Okay, does that make any sense?
No.
And Bronwyn's like, sorry guys, I didn't want to make a whole entrance. I'm so sorry. That's why I asked them to drop me by rope from a helicopter onto this boat wearing an inflatable dress. I hope I didn't make too much of a splash.
I know, right? So Heather's like, let's get into our bikinis for lunch. And Brittany's saying, oh my God, Bronwyn, we're literally sleeping in the same bed together. She's like, we're sleeping in the same bed together? I mean, I'm used to, you know, sharing a bed with unpleasant things like Todd, but like, wow, this is a lot, okay? This is a lot. Bitch, my name is Bronwyn, not Jared, so we're not sleeping in the same bed together. Sorry, that was not my best work. I'm just a little disoriented. I still have Todd going through my head, not Christian Siriano, which would have helped more in that moment.
But if we do sleep together, can we get a nice big hefty bag full of some kind of cold animal flesh that we can glue a little hair to? I'm just not going to be able to sleep otherwise.
Can we arrange for a bowl of Werther's Originals to be on our bedside? He sometimes just likes to hear the sound of the wrappers, you know?
Just don't call me Jared. Wait, I heard Jared's name, but I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Meredith just comes by with another pitcher of water and dumps it on Brittany's head.
She's just basically like that janitor on TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes coming in, like with the sweeping, you know, except that she has a pitcher instead. So now Daisy and Ben are discussing lunch about what they're going to make. And Whitney and Heather are looking for a nipple cover. So Daisy's like, all crew. Please keep an eye out for a missing nipple cover. In Zim, we call that. In Zim, we call that a. I don't really know what we call that in Zim, actually. I don't know why I started to radio the crew about that. I'll get back to work.
Angie starts to get seasick. She's like, I'm starting to feel like chickpeas turning into hummus. Something is happening in my stomach. And then Bronwyn and Brittany goes to their room, and Brittany's like, "Oh, look at this stuffed animal I got. It's a unicorn. And look, I can pull a string, and look what it says. Good night, baby. You are loved. I'll tell Donnie and Marie hi for you, as I am their cousin. Moi."
They didn't play the last part of the recording that said, "You are loved, Stephanie." Well, I don't know who Stephanie is, but I think that's his new nickname for me.
Then we cut to a Stu unpacking a cucumber from one of Heather or Whitney's bags. And she's like, "Oh my God, could you look at this? It's a cucumber. What is this? What is this? Is this a cucumber? What is that? What is that?"
Yeah. What's the cucumber for? So then Lisa and Meredith's room. Meredith is saying, what do you think? Like Bronwyn showed up fully inflatable. It's wild.
I mean, it's on brand. It's on brand, right? It's on brand. I wouldn't expect anything less. I wouldn't expect anything non-inflatable. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I didn't say a word, and we didn't even ask because Heather said not to. So, of course, we did not. Do you think she'll bring it up on her own, though?
Yeah, maybe an iteration. Maybe an iteration of the truth. Maybe like an inflatable iteration.
Yes, well, I'd just like an honest answer because that would be nice for once.
I mean, we'll hope for honest, but you know what? We're probably gonna get an iteration. It's probably gonna be an iteration.
Well, maybe if I DJ for her, maybe the music will soothe her into telling us the truth.
So now we go back to Brittany and Bronwyn, and Brittany's like, "So where have you been? Why did you not come with us?"
I'm okay. Well, the reason why is I almost didn't even come at all.
Why?
Which is something I often say at night with Todd. Well, look, I'm just like not ready to say yet, but somebody in this group is definitely planting stories about me in the press. So, yeah.
No, but I heard those stories. But you think that someone from this group, would plant stories?
Of course it is. I'm just saying someone's doing
The whole
it.
Grand Theft thing isn't true. It's not true.
No,
it's not?
no, Grand Theft. No, it's not true. No, I bought a grand piano, but I did not have Grand Theft.
So you didn't do whatever someone is saying? Are you sure you didn't do it?
No. And it's changed 18 times. First it was that I stole a car, and then it was that of all kinds of other things. And I'm not going to repeat them because it's disgusting and it's manipulative and it's trying to dig into my past and find something to discredit me. And I'm not embarrassed about my past. I've made a lot of mistakes, Brittany. I once had my eyebrows like my mom's, huge mistakes. Okay, but I'm not embarrassed about my past.
Well, I think honestly, Bronwyn, we're all wondering if it's true because it's like, I mean, you can look it up, like it's public record, Bronwyn. So.
Well, okay, actually, it's not public record. And there's like some very specific shadiness going on. And it bothers me to know that you guys have been talking about it behind my back. Yeah. Because like not one person called me and asked if it was okay. No one except for Mary. But she thought she was calling. Yeah, she thought she was calling Sephora. So like I really don't count that.
Yeah, she thought she was calling Sephora and she asked me for 10% of my income, which is super bizarre. And then she started yelling at me for not getting her a Birkin for her birthday and told me that Jesus doesn't like poor people. It was very confusing. It's very, very, very confusing.
It's like that preacher who just got shamed. Did you see that? There was this mother and her son like walk up and give a donation to this preacher, and she was like, "Here's $1,200," and he literally shames them. He goes, "1,200? Come on, like you couldn't do 2,000 in front of the entire congregation and her son." So then he got shamed in front of everyone. It was funny. It was a hilarious story.
Going. People just keep on going. Just keep on packing yourselves
preachers.
in there.
Yep.
Great job, buddy. So she goes on and on about how none of this is true. These are mistakes she made in the past. We're talking 20 years ago. Oh, so she was evicted from an apartment, whatever. She was having a baby, and that's just a long time ago and untrue. And there's a case they're trying to say it's current, but that's 10 plus years ago. And the only thing they can find, because it's been sealed, is some penal code. And that penal code lists lots of things. It doesn't mean she's guilty of all of them. I mean, it lists identity theft, ground grand theft, fraud, loving crackers. You know, all those things are listed under that penal code, and she's only guilty of probably one of them, maybe possibly. So, I mean, it's embarrassing. It's incredibly difficult because of the stress it puts on my family, mostly Todd, who probably got that sealed in the first place. Let's be honest. I mean, it's just stressful. How dare you even bring it up? And how dare you talk behind my back about it? Like, girl, you started the season coming in on Lisa's stuff. You did that yourself, not talking to Lisa to her face, coming in with all of this crazy stuff. You have no leg to stand on. I do think this stuff is interesting because I did try to search for what the hell is going on. I found a lot of threads about what people think could be going on, like they're trying to read between the lines of what they can find, but there is no way to find out what was going on, and it sucks. It's a mystery I don't like, because normally with this stuff you can figure it out. You know, you spend enough time on Reddit and you can figure it out, but I couldn't figure anything out. All I found was that I thought was interesting was Bronwyn had a post up a while back that's like, okay, I made some very serious mistakes when I was working for this place that I regret, and I'm a different person now, but those are very regretful mistakes, and I will own up to them by not talking about them at all and refusing to talk about them, but I totally own up to them, and they are mistakes that are in the past, and I am a person who's not blah, 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 and I believe in forgiving myself. You know, Bronwyn, her Instagram posts are like a page of text. So it's hard. Yeah. You have to like enlarge it to read it. So that was it. But it sounded like it had something to do with probably stealing from work or, you know, signing. I don't know. God knows what was going on. But it sounded like she had something to do with her job. But other than that, Ben, I cannot tell. I cannot tell.
Well, I just want to say that you got a lot of support last week because you were talking about sealed records, etc. And just want to say that in our lovely Discord community, Tori from Torytown, she said, Ronnie is correct. A sealed record is not the same as a gag order. And I wish I could do a little pop-in bubble for the legal clarifications because Tori from Torytown is a lawyer. So I just want you to know the lawyers have your back on that one. I just want to go back to one thing. I think that Bronwyn is a little ridiculous for also being shocked that people are talking about her behind her back, given the way the season began. I do want to note, just because I feel like it's important to note, that there is a little bit of a different context. One is like Lisa is actively going through, like has lawsuits that are in the newspaper, and it's like, whoa, what's going on with Lisa? Versus, and she also was not on good terms with Lisa, so she wouldn't call Lisa to say what's going on. And then the other version, and with Bronwyn, she's on good terms with some of the ladies. And on top of that, this is kind of like stuff that's been dug up as opposed to active current events. So it's like a slightly different context, but I think still the larger idea of like, what? They talked about me behind my back is a bit ridiculous. And she should know. And she should really be, and not only should she know, she should be ready to just be like, this is what happened. At this point, it's out there. And so like, just say it and get it over with.
Well, I have to say, you know, I think Bronwyn is completely full of shit. And I've always thought Bronwyn is completely full of shit. I think she lies and she gets caught in her lies all the time on this show. But that said, I do like Bronwyn. I think she's really good on the show. And I'm extremely impressed with how she's handling this because it's frustrating as a viewer because you're like, well, what happened then? You fucking liar. Tell me the truth. But she doesn't have to. And she's not going to. And she has a great deal of help here in spinning this on Lisa with Heather and Whitney. She's got bad weather on her side, but she is handling this very well. I mean, the fact that no one's even coming after her. I mean, she's a hero online. People are like, oh my God, Bronwyn, yes, queen, not having to speak, which is crazy for a Housewives audience because the Housewives audience, man, they want to know. You know, and they're like, you're going to jail. And look at the reaction to all the people who have been arrested on Bravo, which is quite a few now. It's pretty hardcore. So the fact that she's coming out of this kind of a hero is, I mean, I have to tip my hat to you, madame. I have to tip my inflatable hat to you.
I'm about to say your yellow inflatable hat. Yeah. The one who's helped her the most has been Lisa, because Lisa just Lisa has no chill. And even if Lisa is completely innocent in the accusations that come out later this episode, she just always fails with every single argument. I mean, that's the way it's been for every single season. She just has no ability to be chill. And she tries so hard. She usually starts off an argument doing that like little squint thing, which is, what? I never said that. Why would you say that? Okay, if you're going to say these things, you have to really believe it because I don't want to hear it anymore. Like she just can't do the stoic thing and let the other person lose their shit. Like she just falls into every single trap. It's like she sees the carrot in the middle of the forest. She goes, oh, look, it's a carrot for me to snack on. And then she's in a net, every single time.
Yep. So when I said this to Todd, when I told Todd that I was coming here, he said, I don't think you should fly halfway across the world to be with people who do this to you. And where is my fiber? Do you want me to poop out pellets for the rest of my life? And I said, look, Todd, I'm sorry. We'll talk to Muzzy, but it's very upsetting for Todd. He doesn't deal with nastiness and lies. He's a very upstanding business person. He's very serious. He works with very serious people who still believe that you should type on actual buttons on your phone instead of touch screens. And it upsets my daughter. It upsets my husband. I need time to figure this out with them. I need time.
I don't want to add more to Todd's plate. He's already very stressed out trying to figure out the difference between a IM, a DM, an email, and a text. Okay, so it's a lot for him right now. So Brittany goes, oh, interesting, which is her way of saying I zoned out. I wasn't listening. So then
but Brittany's not buying any of this. She's just like flashing those teeth like, interesting. Like, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. And I love that these two ladies are staying in the same room and are still going to come for each other the entire episode. Like, they don't even give a crap. They're like, I'll have to sleep next to you. I don't care. You're a bitch. You're a bitch.
So one of the stews goes up to Daisy. He's like, you know what I found? A cucumber. Oh, you found a cucumber in their bags? In their bags? No, you didn't. I found it. Oh, I know. It was this thick. I put it next to their bed. I don't know if it was a midnight snack or whatever. And so then the producer's just asking everyone, did you pack a giant cucumber? And Meredith's like, what? What?
Heather goes, what kind of question is that? Which I liked. And Bronwyn says, I don't cook. So Angie thinks everyone's going to blame her because there are cucumbers and Greek salads. Guys, it was a suitcase in a room. We know it has to be whoever's room that was. Why don't you just ask the person whose suitcase it is? And then we never find out, do we? Whose cucumber
they just are trying to make it some sort of gag. I'm like, you have footage of the cucumber being pulled out of someone's bag, and you can probably see whose bag that was. I don't know why you're trying to make it a mystery for us because we don't even care about this. Like, it's not an interesting mystery for us. So,
well, it's kind of like, what are you, The Sopranos? Like, this is how you're going to end it? We're just never going to find out the cucumber? They're like, and now we're going to find out who brought the cucumber. Black screen. Nobody ever knows. What the hell?
Don't stop believing. Angie is now puking in the toilet because she's got seasickness. And everyone's taking pictures with Ben. He's making lunch. And everyone's gathering at the table. And they get their salads and everything. And Heather is like...
Sorry,
Sisterhood.
Ben.
No, go ahead.
Sisterhood. Guys, it's lunchtime, which means it's time for a speech. Guys, it's our first meal together on the yacht, and Bronwyn's here. And I just want to say, sandwiches are like friendship. You have a bunch of white things, and then in the middle, you've got a bunch of mess. And somehow, we're going to make it taste good together, because we're sisters, and that's what sisters do.
Yeah, that was great. Hey, Bronwyn, is everything okay, though?
I mean, it's just very upsetting because a lot of things have upset Todd. And, people just keep trying to dig into my past. They just keep digging and digging, and they're trying to say things that aren't true. And, maybe Todd thought maybe I would be better at home with him. He thought maybe I would be better at home with him than here with people who are trying to ruin my life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't look into specifics, but I just saw things that went from just a few years back to 20 years back. And I think it would be in your best interest just to clear it up because it looks a lot worse in my guess than it probably is. So while you do that, I also would like to offer that if anyone has any hangers, a plane is ready to come in. I really need to feed a toddler right now. Okay, I'm without Brooksy and don't know what to do with myself.
Okay, Meredith. Well, I did get kicked out of BYU. Okay, 20 years ago. And when I left BYU, I did not pay my last month of rent. Okay, So it took me a few months to get my life together. Okay. Well, that's weird because didn't she say she was evicted? So if you're not paying your last month of rent, you already get evicted? Like, what do you get evicted after a week?
I think it would still... Yeah,
I'm not trying to find holes, but I have gotten an eviction notice and it took a few months. That would would be my big dirty secret. Ronnie had an eviction notice after a few months. Dun, dun, dun. And then I tried to get my life together. And then there was a judgment, and I didn't pay my last couple of months' rent at my apartment. Okay, well, so now it's 2 months. Okay, well, that was 20 years ago. I was 19. I was pregnant. I mean, who can remember? I had pregnancy brain. I was renting the baby. I thought I had signed a lease for the baby. So I was actually paying my uterus the rent. So what's the big deal? Stop trying to ruin my life. Okay.
Mary's like, but how is it that this is even coming up in the press? Well, someone's trying to bring that up. Well, you know what, ladies, not only are we a sisterhood, but I have to admit the charges, there are more charges that are coming out, and they're saying that they're 4 years old, almost as old as my first book that I wrote. Remember when I did that? You exploited my vagina. Yep, it was that one 4 years ago. Well, okay. Well, there's no charges against me.
I haven't seen anything about the eviction. I haven't seen that in any of the, goss that's being spread. Like, oh, she was evicted. I think that that's kind of a straw man that she's putting up. Like, well, okay, I've done some wrong things. Like, I got evicted once. But I haven't seen that in any of the, I mean, the allegations are like, Grand Theft Auto and fraud and stuff like that. But she's saying, no, there's no charges from 4 years ago. There's a new thing that people are trying to say was there because something went on at work, but I cooperated with the authorities about the thing that happened at work, and there were not charges against me. But then years later, all the charges against not me went through, but then it was sealed. So I guess she's saying she was included in charges, but they weren't against her. But because she was included in charges, now it looks like she was charged with
maybe
fraud,
she testified against, like, maybe something was going on in her workplace and she testified, and so she got looped in because it was a shady workplace, but because she testified she got some sort of immunity. Maybe that's how that sounded to me.
Yeah, so she's like, yeah, so years later all the charges against not me went through, but that was sealed. And Lisa says, why was it sealed? And she's like, oh, can't discuss it. Because, the whole case was sealed, which is why people are speculating. Because nobody can get any information on a case that's sealed. That's what sealed means. So it was, it wasn't something about me. It's just something that my name was in that was sealed that I can't talk about. It's nothing to do. I was there. I was in the room. I mean, it wasn't me.
It was about a seal. Okay, I'll be honest. Someone tried to smuggle a seal into someone's basement. You ever hear chimp crazy? Well, seal crazy came first. Okay, I had a seal in my basement.
I'll ask you this. Why does seal always wear a scarf? I can't tell you because it's sealed. Okay? Long scarf. No one knows why. I might, but I can't talk about it. It was sealed, you guys. It was sealed.
Do I know how to throw a fish at a seal? Yes. Have I been part of a traveling circus? I can't say. I cannot say that for sure. Okay? But that's sealed. It's sealed.
Yeah.
Heather's like, well, why would they file charges on your record against you? And she goes, well, there's no charges that are filed about me. There's no mugshot. There's no police record. There's no nothing. There's no seal. There's no fish. There's no inflatable ball. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's nothing out there whatsoever. I'm totally innocent, as you can see by my reaction.
So why are you so upset then? Why are you so upset? And she's like, and Lisa's like, yeah, why would it matter? Well, because both of us, and this is me and Todd, who's a very serious person. So I'm going to keep bringing up Todd because that somehow lends credence to the fact that I'm innocent. But, we both feel that there's some nasty things that have come out in the press after I've hung out with this group of friends. And I think both of us are concerned that maybe somebody in this group is doing it. I think, I think, okay, let me explain what happens. You're on a housewife show. You're on a housewife show. People think you're full of shit, and they start digging around into your record. It happens with every housewife. I don't know that you need to blame literally every person in this or one person in this group. It happens to everybody. Shit's going to come out about you. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think maybe there's someone in the group that's feeding shit, but I do think that ultimately people really dig shit up in the audience. Okay, people have time on their hands and they're dedicated. So, I mean, it's going to come up. It doesn't have to be a cast member to do it. If it's out there, it's out there.
So Lisa's like,
well, I don't think it's anyone
here. Yeah, it's not us, not me. I mean, it's not me for sure. Like, I know it would be nobody here because we've been like hanging out for a long time and nobody would do that here, anybody, unless it was against Mary and it was getting someone from her church who gave her $300,000 or something like that. Okay, that was maybe me. But you know what? Everything else, like, I don't know who it could be. Who could it be?
We all agree, right, that Lisa needs to be on the next season of The Traitors because she would be such a disaster at the round table. It wasn't me. I didn't murder anyone. Like, I literally didn't. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I need John Barlow right now. Oh, they all think I murdered someone. I didn't murder anyone. Like, this is crazy. I've got 6 lawyers. I want to go the distance on the murderers. Oh!
She would even do that in the turret. She'd like be she would be the murderer, and they'd be like, okay, who are we gonna kill? I didn't do it. Why is everybody accusing me all the time? I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of that.
Like, I don't know why she is not on that show. She will be, no matter what role she has, she will be a total disaster.
So Whitney's like, wait a second. How are they getting like detailed information that has to be dug up and spun?
And Brown goes, well, I agree with Whitney. It is weird that some stuff comes up in the group all the time. And it's weird that, like, you know, certain things happen. Oh, I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's weird. I'm totally innocent, guys. I'm so innocent. I'm just going to say this very urgently. Like, I just think I'm being, okay, I'm going to be like super direct. I don't think it's like weird that you like dug up stuff on me. Like, just bring stuff into the group. Like, when I wasn't there, I'm just being clear. Everyone, I'm being clear. Like, I upset you. And I felt like that was like a little bit of a retaliation. So I'm just going to be really clear. Like, I'm totally like innocent right now. And like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I need John Barlow.
See, and I think that that's the read that everybody's getting, is that Lisa's acting total. I think that she is coming across as totally guilty by acting this way, but I think she's acting this way because it's clear that Bronwyn's talking about Lisa. Like, it's very clear that Bronwyn's accusing Lisa of doing this, and so Lisa's getting defensive. Like, I didn't do this. Now, did Lisa do it? I don't know, but I see why she's being defensive, because they're clearly about to pin this on Lisa. You know, she's like, well, wait, before you even come for me, you dug stuff up on me last year for retaliation about the necklace thing. So
Yeah.
there.
So Heather's like,
Pipe down, Lisa. You're revealing yourself. She's clearly saying, you know, don't put 2 and 2 together in case anyone here is putting 2 and 2 together, right? She's trying to deflect.
don't spin this on me because you got targeted, because like that'll fucking piss me off. I am totally innocent right now. And like, Lisa, even if you are innocent, you are acting so guilty. Just like take it down a notch and people will believe you.
Well, my lawsuit's leaked and somebody did that to me, but no one would ever do that to you, and certainly not in retaliation, right, Lisa? That's how she sounds. And Mary's like, okay, well, I mean, look, we know who you're talking about, so it's just not anybody at random out of the group. It's not just anybody random out of the group. So who are you talking about? She's like, well, no, I'm not going to say it. It was sealed.
It's
it was
Daisy.
sealed. I thought it was someone, and it has been sealed. It has been sealed.
Here's the thing. It would really bother me if it was someone in this group of friends, or if it was Christian Siriano. I should be okay if Christian Siriano did it, because I'd still get free dresses. And I don't think any of us should do that to each other ever. And so Heather's like, well, who do you think it came from? Do you want to say it? And well, it's not dinner yet, so I don't really want to go full force on this. But like for a lunchtime fight, sure, I'll just say this. I'm not accusing anybody, but after Amy's, remember Amy, everyone? Remember Amy? She was, I think, supposed to be our friend of. Okay. It really intensified. And I had a lot of fights at Amy's. And after that lunch, I came to like where you had clarification. I thought, like, Lisa, you and I cleared things up. And then we had to sit down and we talked. I'm not accusing you, but I'm just going to heavily imply.
Yeah, we had clarification. Yeah, we had clarification.
And then
I didn't do anything to you. I didn't have anything to you. No, I didn't do anything.
I don't know where to
you.
say this. I mean, it's coming from, because I'm not going to accuse anyone.
Iteration.
But I am going to say, we did have a conversation. And
well, yeah, because it's an iteration. Yeah, well, you know what? That sounds like an accusation. That sounds like an iteration of an accusation.
No. I'm just saying it'd be devastating. It'd be devastating. I was saying it's devastating if it did come from you, but I'm not saying it did. But if it did, it would be devastating. It would be really horrifying. It would actually be very much on brand and in character, but I'm not saying it came from you.
Oh yeah. But then who sent my stuff? Who sent my stuff then? Like who was going to the blogs in Salt Lake Tribune? Who was doing that, right? You know what? I'm so like irritated with another accusation as dumb as this one. That's just dumb. Okay. And you know what, you guys, let's go swimming, because this is like irritating. You know what? It's like 100 degrees in here. Listen, why am I so hot? I'm so hot. I'm itching. Why am I itching right now? Oh my God, get these clothes off of me. Get me into the water. I can't.
oh my God, like I didn't do that to you. Like you can fucking think it's me, but I'm like not gonna be the scapegoat again. This is like fucking bullshit. I'm not gonna be the scapegoat.
So Whitney's like, no one even accused you, bitch. We just heavily implied that it was you, but it wasn't technically an accusation.
We were just hinting a lot that it was you to make you mad, stupid.
So now they all are going to go swimming. And Lisa's so mad. She's like, that got like so spun. It's so spun, Heather. And Heather goes, yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked, especially later tonight. Wait till you see what I've gotten planned for you.
No, I'm not fucked. That got spun. She's like, yeah, you're fucked, Lisa. She's got a huge shit-eating grin on her face. So now they're going swimming. Angie's still sick. Heather goes on water tours with Captain Jason. And she's like, you're a fucking Bronco, Jason.
And yeah.
Brittany
This is
starts
where
getting
Angie's
gel.
just like puking like crazy. Brittany is like, oh my God, you're canoodling Jason. I know, but I know Jason and I are friends. We have a history. You know, we fucked around before. There's nothing there. Oh, like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, did I say friends? Oh my God, that's hilarious. Did I say fucked around? I meant we're friends. Oh God, there's latitude to say fucked around when you're friends.
And then she tells us, she's like, I said that? Serious face? You can't use that. I don't know why I would say that I fucked around with Jason. Delete. 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 Total accident. Such a Heather move. Whoops. So did I or didn't I? I don't know, audience.
Hello, ladies. Does anyone want to play with the Zimbabwe swan? Oh my
I
God,
love
I love a
ducks.
duck.
Yeah, I love
ducks.
ducks.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
I
swan.
love it.
It's a swan. Does anyone want to play with a swan? Anyone, raise your hand if you want to play with a swan, and then say, I would
Yeah.
like to play with a swan.
Yeah, you're going to have to paddle. You're going to have to beat the duck on that because that's a duck.
It's actually a swan. In Zimbabwe,
That's a
we call
duck.
the swan swans.
I love ducks. I love
It's a swan.
Zimbabwe ducks.
Yeah.
So Brittany's like trying to flirt by getting on this swan, and Lisa's like, oh my God, Brittany's in pursuit of a man, and she's not going to stop even if she's floating away on a duck.
Like, it's a swan. So they're all in the water, and Lisa's like, oh my gosh, look, they're all so far away now. Can someone help my friends? So they go to help Angie, and they put Angie on a raft, and Angie is like, her seasickness is out of control. I mean, she is throwing up everywhere, and they just keep it all on camera. We just see so much puke coming out of her.
It's so gross. She's like doing that thing where you throw up through your hands, like trying to cover your mouth. Ugh, so nasty.
She throws up through her hands, and then she clings her hand around like this guy's leg, Eddie, I guess, and he's just got her vomit hands on his leg, and she's holding on. She's like, oh, I am Greek vomit. She looks great though. By the way, Angie looking sick. She looked beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful vomiters I've ever seen.
So now Brittany is flirting with Joao, and she's like, so did you have fun? He's like, I did. Are you going to have a late night tonight? She's like, what's that? What's that? Late night tonight? She's like, late night, what? Late night tonight? Oh, we are going to have a late night. Are we going to see you again later? Oh, of course you're going to see me. I'm here, aren't I? But are we going to see you? I'm here. Can you see me now? But are we going to see you? Please put your teeth back in your mouth. You're starting to scare me. Okay, well, you have my number. No, I don't.
Thank you.
You do. Just look in your back pocket.
Oh, I see it is there.
This is an
So Whitney-
inflatable. Wait, I'm sorry. This is a stuffed unicorn.
Give that back to me.
So Whitney's in Bronwyn's room, and Bronwyn's like, look, Whitney, look what. I'm sorry. Bronwyn's like, look what Brittany brought. So she shows Whitney the unicorn with Jared's voice saying, "You are loved. You are loved." So Bronwyn goes, "If that goes off in the middle of the night, it's gonna give me like it's gonna be like a sleep paralysis. I'll be like a sleep paralysis demon. Like that will really make Angie vomit." Whitney goes, "Is that Jared's voice? Who the fuck is he? Also, she's on a 30-day fast. She prays that she's not gonna be. I mean, she promised. Okay." From the top, she promised she's not going to be with him, and she's going to find one of the deck crew here and get with them instead. That's the story for her.
Cut to Brittany flirting with Mike the Hare. She's like, oh, I love a man with an accent. He's like, do you? Do you love it? Do you love that for you? Love that for me? Love accent. I've got one. Got one right here. Want to take a ride around on it? You really are an icon, mother. It's like, yeah. Don't know anything that you just said, but you're very, very handsome. He's like, so what do you do? I'm a developer. Mm-hmm. A real estate developer. You understand what that is? It's like you develop, not following. Yeah, real estate. Mm-hmm. Then I sell it. I sell what I build. So I build things and then I sell things. Got it. So you you sell buildings. Well, that I built. I build them and then I sell them. You get it? And he's just looking at her like with Homer Simpson eyes, just blinking blankly. What's wrong with this guy? You've never heard of a real estate developer?
I think he's just looking at Brittany and he's like, this woman does not build. She's not a real estate developer. Because I was like, since when are you a real estate developer? I thought you were in real estate, but being a real estate developer is a whole other thing. I'm like, you are not a real estate developer, Brittany. So Bronwyn and Whitney are still talking, and Bronwyn's like, what was that lunch? I mean, I didn't even think, I didn't even say, I think it's Lisa. I just said I would be really devastated if it were Lisa. And then I looked at her face and I pointed a finger at her and I said, it's probably you, right? But it wasn't an actual accusation. It was just a question. So the second I said, I think someone's putting stuff in the press about me, she was like, none of us would ever do that. And this group would never do that. And I wasn't even accusing her. I just wasn't doing that at all. I'm like, okay, Bronwyn.
Because it was her. I heard about it from the blogger I'm in contact with and called on camera last season.
I love that Whitney has such a place in this conversation when Whitney's been on camera calling bloggers and having a relationship with them. Like her whole last season was about who lied, her or the blogger.
This is like the ongoing thing with these shows. Whenever there is an episode, whenever there's like a season about leaking stuff to outsiders, which is happening currently in Orange County, it happened in Beverly Hills, they all then call up their connections and are like, tell me what the real story is. And they think that they're actually proving something, but what they're really showing is that they speak with outsiders just as much as anyone else. It's the same as Tamara talking to her reliable source, bitch, or Whitney speaking to her blogger, which was, I think, what was that, Up and Adam, right? Like, it's so hilarious that they think this is somehow going to exonerate them.
And Bronwyn, you know, they start this whole thing. Bronwyn's like, well, who broke the Alibaba thing last year, right? That was Lisa, right? That was all over the place. How are you going to blame? I mean, I'm sorry. You know, and people in comments are like, why are you standing Lisa? It's not standing Lisa. I just think this is bullshit. I think it's a frame-up job. It's so obvious to me that it is. The Alibaba thing last year were screenshots from the internet of Whitney copying, like literally taking screenshots from Alibaba and putting them on her own website, not even dressing them up or anything, and selling the exact same jewelry for like 10 times the price it was on Alibaba. That was not some great mystery that somebody had to go uncover. That was all over the internet. And Bronwyn's like, well, she broke that. She broke that. No, she used it against her, which is what you're supposed to do on this show. It's like getting mad at a tool, you know, at a construction worker for not using a drill gun.
Right. And then Bronwyn saying, you know what? And then here's another thing. What was that nickname she called me? Conwyn? Something like that? Bronwyn? Ted Conway? Did she call me Ted Conway? And then that's like, Lisa called me that at Amy's, remember? And the stuff wasn't out in the press yet. So she said the nickname first, and then it was in the press. Like, it's a bit of a stretch, I think. Especially because she said fraud win, and the press said something else. I don't know. I mean,
it's proven to be bullshit.
But
it's proven to be
not
bullshit right here. Because she said she called me Conwyn, and the very next day it was in the press, and that name hadn't been out there yet. So it had to be Lisa. That's her proof. But then we see the clip, and Lisa called her Fraudwin, which had been around for a long time. That was an internet name that people were calling Bonwin anyway. So this series shot down. And Whitney's like, wait a minute, at her party, she called you Conwyn? She's like, mm-hmm. And then we see that that's not true. She called her Fraudwin. And she goes, and then the next day it was on Twitter.
Well, it's not a coincidence that the troll is using the same name that Lisa was using for Bronwyn within days. It's like Lisa's not even trying to hide that she's behind this. She's getting sloppy.
You know, and then when I said I think it's someone here, no one in this group would ever do that. How does she know no one in the group would ever do that? When he goes, we know that she does. She's done it to everyone. And Bronwyn's like, and if I think she could do this to me, that's the end. But I'm not accusing her. Not an accusation whatsoever. Just a theoretical. I'm playing out of my brain.
So we cut to Lisa, and Lisa's like, hi, John. I'm having so much fun here. Hey, you know what? I want to show that I've grown. So is there anything you wanted to say? Yeah, it's been so fun. Okay, bye. Good talking to you. Click. So then we go back to Whitney and Heather in Heather's room, and Whitney's like,
every time Lisa's mad at someone, information leaks about them. Angie, me, Bronwyn, Mary, Meredith,
Colonel
Allison,
Sanders.
Are there any more? And Heather's like, I agree. Well, do you think Lisa leaked it? Yes, absolutely. Lisa's smarter and darker than any of us could imagine. And I think she looks up everything. She keeps a scorecard. And she's pissed about Bronwyn and her attitude and her bullshit. And she's made sure that anyone who's interested knows her story.
Look, this has been going on with Lisa and Bronwyn for a while. I mean, we saw in New York that Lisa had spoken to Emma the jeweler. I've seen Lisa talking to other people and gathering information about Bronwyn. And we see flashback to Amy's party where Heather overhears Lisa asking if Amy knows Bronwyn and if people like Todd. She's basically trying to get gossip, etc. And Heather says, and when Angie dropped that Lisa had given her names and information to dig up Meredith, it sealed the deal for me and this sisterhood. It was undeniable. I think all the leaks came from Lisa. So what do we do?
Well, I'd just like to say I'd just like to point out that it's all been true so far. So if Lisa is going up and she's digging up all this stuff on people, I mean, the Whitney Alibaba stuff was true. And what's the other thing that she's accused of? Oh, the jewelry thing. The whole thing about Bronwyn lying about that jewelry, that was proven to be a lie. Bronwyn apologized for it at the beginning of the year and like took responsibility for it. So I don't know that I would keep bringing this up as like, oh, Lisa, because she's always telling the truth. And also, if Lisa did do this Bronwyn stuff, where did she find it out from?
Well, I think even if it's all true, I think their issue is that Lisa never talks about her shit. So Lisa's happy to dig up all this stuff.
But they all do.
But
you see, that's what makes it so hypocritical. Like, why are they? And also, who brought up the Bronwyn stuff last week? I don't think it was Lisa. Because Lisa wasn't even there. Wasn't it Whitney? Who's like, did you guys see when they were having their below deck? Their planning party. It was Whitney. He was like, did you guys see the news about Bronwyn? Oh my God, we're going to talk about it no matter what. Lisa didn't even bring it up.
Yeah. So Heather says, well, I think all the leaks came from Lisa. I think we should get Meredith in here. So Whitney's like, okay. And then she like does a somersault off of the bed for no reason. She just leans back and rolls off of the bed. I was like, what is happening? This is such this show. Like have a weird acrobatic exit from the scene.
Yeah, and this is very bad weather, right? Okay, let's confront Lisa, but we don't have the nuts to do it ourselves, so let's make Meredith do it. Go get Meredith. She's like, okay. So Meredith, she's like, Meredith is probably Lisa's closest friend, so I want to know if she feels the same way. I don't want to destroy my friendship with Lisa by addressing this. And if Meredith is there to just show support and help me, then it would go over a lot better. No, you're trying to get Meredith to do it to keep your hands clean, and it's not going to work, ma'am. So Meredith comes in, and she's like, okay, tell her, Whitney. Okay, here it is. Lisa hated me last year, right? Well, yeah, the year before that, and the year before that. She's probably always going to hate you, Whitney. I mean, you are Whitney. So, in her defense, you are pretty Whitney.
Yeah, so, okay, there's one thing. She hates me, right? And then all this information leaked about me. But now she's at odds with Bronwyn. But don't you think that's a little suspicious?
So you think that she's been engaging with the press in an inappropriate way? Is that why you're... Let me get my legal pad here. Are you asking for representation? Because I am ready and willing.
Yeah, because we were finally talking about Lisa and what she's going through. And, but now we're not talking about her.
Yeah, we were talking about Lisa's lawsuits. That was supposed to be our season arc. And now we're not talking about them anymore, just to sort of say what Whitney said, but faster. Well, in fact, that is the case. That is definitely a problem, which is my non-committal response. I'll just hear what you guys have to say and report back to Lisa. So if anything else you want to stir up here.
What's the case?
Well, fucking Whitney. Trying to have a conversation with Whitney is like, Meredith just keeps looking at her like, okay. She's like, let me explain this to you like you're 5. All right, if Lisa is, in fact, spreading information to some sort of media outlet that's negative about her friends, that's definitely a problem. Okay, that's not a question, obviously, if that's true. And, I can't speak to this issue with Bronwyn, but as far as I know, in our own interactions, we're in a good place, me at least.
well, look, I just said a whole paragraph that says nothing, but it makes you feel like I'm on your side, but I can't be held against me when questions come up about how loyal I am to Lisa. So congratulations. So Heather says, but you don't think it's highly suspicious that all this stuff leaks about Conwin, fraud, port? That's good wordplay. You have to admit, that's good wordplay. Right when Lisa was at the height of her anger with Bronwyn. Well, I think it's not positive. I'll say that on all accounts. And I think it's definitely negative. And it's, it's not negative, but it's definitely not positive. And if you really want to take it even farther, it's not negative and not positive. You always got to do one more for the positive to make it a double negative. On top of that, Whitney, your eyes are glazing over. Okay, she's asleep. Can I go now? Thank you.
She somersaults forward. I'm back. Oh God. So Meredith is like, well, they're worried. This is very Lucy apple juice, and it's true. She's like, they're so worried about who planted a story, but they don't care about what Bronwyn did. She's like, if Lisa did this, it's horrible, but correlation does not equal causation. And then she smiles all self-satisfied. Now was lawyer speak. Okay. Wiggy, party till you drop. That was DJ speak.
There's only so many coincidences in life. For instance, can you coincidentally be both a fashion icon and also a tremendous DJ? Yes, obviously that coincidentally can happen. But maybe this is a coincidence, but you know what? We all just want to move on. We all want to move forward, and we want this to end. And we don't want to be living in this behavior. And we've all made mistakes in our friendships, and we've all owned up to big things. And we've all fed toddlers, and we've all helped them with that thing where you stack the rings on top of each other and put the small ring on the top and the big ring on the bottom. We've all done that, and it's my way of saying, ladies, we have to come up with a better argument for today's episode.
So now Angie is still sick, and they're checking on her, and Mary's staying with her. And everybody's getting ready for dinner. And then Heather is like, okay, everybody, welcome to dinner. You might notice that there are 8 of us on this trip and only 6 place settings. That's because someone has been murdered. So today we're going to try and figure out as a sisterhood how Lisa did it, with what weapon she used, and in what room she did it in. Welcome to Lisa Clue.
You're accusing me.
No one's accusing. We're just saying it would be devastating if you were the murderer. And we don't have any other thoughts on if anyone else was the murderer, because you're really the only one we could see doing it. But that's not an accusation.
So Mary is in the room keeping Angie company, which is really sweet. So she's going to have her dinner with them, and everybody else is served food. And Heather's like, well, again, I feel sad that we're missing Angie and Mary's commentary. What a wacky episode that would have made. And Brittany's like, I don't miss Mary's commentary. They're like, geez, Brittany. Damn.
Oh, dear Brittany, we have a rule. You can only talk shit if they're right in front of you, which is a rule we've all broken. Okay. And Brittany goes, well, I'm the only one who says what I feel to people's faces. I'm the only one. So now Bronwyn, this pisses off Bronwyn, her roommate, and goes, oh, really? Mm-hmm. What about the things that are not being said to people's faces? Because there's other people at this table that you're mad at, that you're not saying something about. Let's go to the flashback of us shopping in a vintage store.
Let's go to that part where I was pretending to be your friend 5 minutes so I could get a bunch of ammunition to use against you, which I'm going to do right now. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, ha, 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 ha. So we go back to the store, and Brittany's like, well, yeah, I feel like Lisa's just trying too hard to big sister me, and I don't need that. I can fight my own battles. Oh, okay. So big sistering you. Got it. Okay, and what's going on with you and Meredith? What's the problem there? Hold on, let me just get my little notepad while you try on that dress. Okay, go ahead.
If you'd like to use a certain, a real standout word that might be a trigger for Meredith, that'd be great. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen Meredith yet without her having a seizure of some sort. I just don't know why Meredith goes from 0 to 100 in 0.02 seconds. It's almost like it's not even real.
Oh, Well, I feel like Meredith has been supportive of you. No,
she hasn't. Seizure.
So Bronwyn, we come back and Bronwyn's like, well, okay. Well, she said you big sister her. You're in her business and she doesn't want your advice and it's bullshit, which she didn't say. And she said that you pretend to have seizures, which she also didn't say.
Did not
and
say
that you
that.
slur your words, which she didn't say. And she said you go from 0 to 100 over nothing and she thinks it's an act and she doesn't believe anything that comes out of your mouth, which she didn't say. So
Pretend to have seizures. Pretend to have seizures. I've never had a seizure in my life. But what's a horrible thing to say about somebody? There are people who do have seizures, and they are very serious, and one of which was my child. So I find that to be despicable. And she
How dare you bring up my child having seizures? How dare you?
Stop saying seizure. Stop saying seizure. But she has a seizure. Look, she's having a seizure right now. Stop saying it. It's a child thing. But she's having a seizure. She's having a seizure.
oh, I've had enough of this.
So she takes a picture and just pours it on Brittany again. The third picture on Brittany.
You can stop. You can stop. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
and then so she tries to get up and throw her water at Meredith, but Meredith blocks it with her own water. So it's like water cascading. And so it goes all over Bronwyn. And Bronwyn's like, nope, you deserve it, Bronwyn. You started this and you lied like 10 times. So Heather's
And
like,
Bronwyn, by the way, is wearing this crazy outfit, like with these tall, like asymmetrical shoulder pads that look like, you know, like Machu Picchu or something like that. But now it's all wet, so everything's kind of like damp and like rearranged improperly. So
she's wearing some weird funeral dress, like some black dress with some flowers on it. She looks crazy. So yeah, she gets water thrown all over her. And so Heather's like, oh, wait, where am I? Heather says something. Oh, she's like, Meredith, turn up your hearing aids. She did not say Jared that time.
That's the cue for pouring water on Brittany. It's hilarious, right?
So now we're making fun of hearing aids.
You know, Meredith is going to hear that and be really pissed off.
Now we're making fun of my disability.
Brittany, I've had enough of your nonsense.
Well, I'm sick of Meredith treating me like shit, and no one's even batting an eye. I mean, no one even cares. Well, to say that someone has seizures, I mean, I don't think that's funny. I think it's disgraceful, and I think it is disgusting.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the seizure she's having. Just trying to say disgraceful.
Wow. You want to talk about the husbands?
So Brittany says, I think she just likes me so much because I think I'm the only one that isn't afraid of her. She's had this kind of like, oh, look, it's me. It's Meredith Marks. Oh, I'm Meredith Marks. But no one else will tell her. No one else would be like, Meredith, you're batshit crazy. And this isn't normal.
She's like, you go from 0 to 100 in 0.2 seconds. Like, how is it 1 second you're nice to me and the next second you're like freaking out because you just had Bronwyn totally turn on you? See, Bronwyn's very good, you know? She's very good at this. Like, Bronwyn just did all of this, but now it's going to leave Brittany and Meredith fighting instead of anybody coming after Bronwyn, and also instead of Brittany coming after Bronwyn too. Like, she's pretty good at it. I have to hand it to her. So then in bed, Mary is eating and Angie's sleeping. It's like, smells crunchy. So now back to the girls arguing.
So Brittany's like, I mean, no one does that. No one goes from 0 to 100 in 0.02 seconds. I'm like, this cast, anyone does it. Okay. Why you lie incessantly, always lying. And then we see a montage of like Brittany and Meredith's greatest hits over the past, last season.
Yeah, saying she heard Meredith crying and throwing up in the middle of the night and then recording them on the Sprint. You recorded us? A clip of her recording. You've done really nasty things on the RV trip. Telling Whitney her business is getting dragged on social media.
Well, why don't you just disengage, Meredith? Just disengage. Because I would be more than happy to disengage with you for the rest of all time, okay? Okay, bye.
Ladies, sisters, everyone at this table, we all need to own things in order to move on. And to show you that, I am going to come for Lisa Barlow, but then pretend like I'm actually still her friend, because that's what you do when you own things. So let's own this. Let's have an open conversation. This is not a pile-on. Again, let me just point out that we are owning this. So this is not a pile-on, and I'm definitely owning that this is not a pile-on. So let's pile on. We are adult women. We are privileged women. We are a sisterhood, and we are living our best fucking lives, except for Lisa, whose life is fake.
well, what's the pile on? I said I'm disengaging, and you got her telling me I'm wrong, and Bronwyn's supporting me, and Lisa's supporting me, and there is no gang up. I'm perfectly happy. Everything's fine over here. I'm happy as a clam. I'm disengaged.
Actually, this was really funny because Meredith, like, we're making it sound like Meredith was having this huge fit, and she kind of was, but it was very calm for Meredith. She was like still eating, and she's like, "Oh, you are disgusting. Oh, I really enjoy the shrimp."
Yeah, it was like she was like back to her normal self again. This is like, this is the equivalent of Meredith doing that thing where they're fighting at a dinner table outside, and then she goes inside to be like, "I'm leaving this dinner," and then she comes back out again, like wrapped in a comforter, and she's like, "All right, I'm ready for the next one."
Yeah. Or it's like when you go see Beyonce and she's giving it her all, and then she gets to that section where it's like just singing all of her greatest hits. And so it goes from her like crying on the floor to being like, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, get me bodied, get me bodied, get me bodied. And then she gets back to the real stuff and she's crying again on the floor.
So Heather's like, okay, we're going to talk. We all need to own things. So what else do we need to own at this table? Does anyone need to own anything? Anyone at all maybe want to own things about leaking things to the media? Is anyone... I'm going to own the fact that I have no idea who I'm talking about right now. I don't know if anyone wants to volunteer. I'm definitely owning that this is not a planned attack.
And she and Whitney look at each other, and then they look at Meredith, and Meredith is just eating. She's like calmed down from her fight now. And Whitney goes,
I use my energy up.
I think you need to own something. And Meredith.
and she goes, what? And
She's like, yeah, remember the little conversation we had on our bed earlier? Remember?
And Meredith just goes,
Oh, okay, yes. Well, then you guys should talk about it. You should.
knowing exactly what they're doing.
Exactly, because that was so clunky. They hatch this little plan, and then they want Meredith to be the one to go against Lisa. They're trying to like produce this fight, right? And they're trying to like have a rift between those friends. And Meredith's like, no, you brought me in, and you like floated ideas by me, but I in no way said I'm gonna co-sign on this revolution against Lisa. If you guys want to go against Lisa, have at it. But I already went through this, and it was an annoying 2 years of my life.
And it's really highlighting what I've been saying about Heather, how Heather is pretending to Lisa's face, like, oh my God, look how much I'm sticking up for you. Because in Heather's mind, she can say, well, remember the lunch? At the lunch, I was the one coming for Bronwyn. I'm the one that was coming for Bronwyn that whole time and asking her questions. Like, I was sticking up for you. I totally had your back. And then she would have had this dinner where Meredith came for Lisa. So Heather still would have looked like a good friend. But now it's blowing up in her face. So she's like, well, I was trying, and she even admits it. She's like, well, I was trying to make grounds with Lisa, and I thought it would go over better if Meredith was with me, but now it just feels like leaving me high and dry. Heather, it's your plan. She's not leaving you high and dry. She's just letting you do your own show. So good luck.
Yeah, exactly. So Heather goes, I don't care about anyone outside of the people seated at this table. I don't care about that, any of that whatsoever.
Especially my daughters.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think that you are the source of all the dirt, even though it was me who actually found out the dirt about Monica. But I think you are the source of all the other dirt.
Wait, why are you guys even questioning me? Why are you questioning me?
Because we feel like you always know the information before everybody.
I'm sorry, but this information was out last season.
Yeah, so but because you just questioned me, even though she thought you were questioning me, you just questioned me. Well, because apparently whenever you're upset, something gets leaked, and that was the commentary from these two. Oh my gosh, this is so dumb. I hope you have my back, Meredith. I hope you have my back. I have my back.
Well, I said I hope it's not true, and I didn't think it was true.
No. We don't have to hope it's not true. It's not true. It's not fucking true. Ah!
And Meredith does her like just opening her mouth like a fish on land, where she's like, bah.
That's all I need. I'm not the source of anything. People tell me stuff, and I'm all of a sudden responsible. I got my lies. Like, you know everything. Well, they think you're the one who has fed everything to the blogs. Yeah, you are the grand poobah.
Oh, yeah, I'm the motherfucking Dawn of Salt Lake City, I guess, because this is fucking weird. This is weird, okay? I've never dug up dirt on any of these motherfucking bitches, and I'm so sick of being accused of this. I'm so sick of that.
People tell me stuff, okay? I'm at fucking Harmon's and I hear stuff. I hear shit. I also go to like the Angie Harmon Club, which is a really cool club because like I'm friends with Angie Harmon also. And I still hear stuff there too. And I go get like a Diet Coke and I hear stuff. I go to Wendy's and I hear stuff. I can't take this anymore, you guys. Shut the fuck up about me. I don't do anything. Don't come near me. Don't come fucking near me.
And Whitney does that thing where she stands up and she starts coming at her. And she's like, don't come near me. Do not come near me, Whitney.
Yeah, but I'm coming near you. What are you going to do
No.
about it?
Sit your
Sit
little
your
butt
fucking
down,
butt.
okay? You know what?
Go
I'm
away.
leaving if you come near me. I'm leaving.
Downstairs, Angie and Mary just sitting on the bed watching TV, and you just hear the muffled voices. And Mary's like, wait, I feel like I hear Whitney and Lisa. Oh. So Lisa's like, you guys have no one to beat up on if I'm not here. That's it. It's like, and Whitney's like, you're not our punching bag. You're just a bag that we like to punch, but not technically a punching bag. No one's accusing you.
And Heather's doing the gaslighting thing where she's like,
Are you fucking kidding me, Lisa? You think we're beating up on you right now? We are being your friends.
It's Heather really has some nerve trying to pull this angle. And in fact, it's so ballsy. I almost applaud her because the fact that she can sit there and tell Lisa Barlow, we think you're digging up dirt on all of us. We think you're leaking stuff to the press. This is like a cardinal sin in the world of the housewives, but we're not beating up on you. We're actually being your friend right now. Like, what? That's crazy.
So Lisa takes her face and she goes, you know everything I know. And Whitney's still going, you're not our punching bag. She goes, sit down, Whitney. Just sit down.
You sit down then.
Sit down and talk to me like a friend would.
I
And
like
Lisa
this
goes,
when
"Fuck
Lisa
you."
said, you know everything I know, because it means that Lisa and Heather have been sitting there talking about it together. And now Heather's making it sound like it was all Lisa. And Lisa's the only person who's been doing this. So
You call me a
now,
loser. You call me Jen Shaw. You're lucky I even talked to any of you.
yeah, you know what? I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Oh, fuck off with that, Lisa. She goes, no, you fuck off with that. Yeah, I've been a very good friend to you, Lisa.
Please name a time when you have been a good friend to Lisa. I've never fucking seen it. I've never seen it. Heather is such a good gaslighter, and she does it through this whole episode. She just keeps pounding it in. Guys, I'm just a good friend to Lisa. I'm always a good friend to Lisa. And then I go read
is what
comments and they're
friends
like, oh my
do.
God, Heather's been such a good friend to Lisa. It's nice to see her finally stand up to Lisa. I'm like, oh my God. She's been doing the same thing since season 1. What are you talking about?
If you don't defend me, oh my God, you better say I'm fucking sorry right now because I defended you.
You know what? Don't be fucking afraid of her. She's throwing her weight around like right now, like, fuck you, Lisa Barlow. I've been a good fucking friend to you for no other fucking reason than the fact that we have a fucking history, Lisa Barlow.
Yeah, what are you even talking about right now? Because I'm honestly like, I think it's so funny that Heather is trying to act like she's being a really good friend right now. She's saying that like by being this brutal honesty that she is having, this is the evidence of being a good friend. But like, but meanwhile, Heather is the one whose definition of being a good friend has been to ride or die. You cover things up for your friends. But now all of a sudden the definition has changed for her. I just think it's hilarious that she's doing this. And she's like, and now you're going to fucking throw a fit right now? You're going to fucking, are you kidding me? You're going to throw a fit. It's Lisa Barlow, and you're accusing her of leaking everything to the media, and then you're surprised that Lisa Barlow is going to have a fit. She would have a fit over things that are a fraction of as inflammatory as this.
like,
Now
just-
you're shocked.
She's like, just own it, Lisa. She goes,
Own what?
she goes, that you're the source of all the dirt.
She goes, fuck that. I'm not owning that. I'm not the source of any fucking dirt. And don't you ever put that on me ever again. Don't you ever do it again. So now they're
Meanwhile,
trying to serve dinner, and Jason comes
Yes.
out with Joao, and they're all standing around, like clearly trying. And Lisa actually like moves back to take her plate, but they won't serve it because they're still yelling. Like, you guys, you're not the show here. Just serve. This is dinner theater. Serve the fucking food and leave. This isn't about you. Serve it.
So this goes back and forth for a long time. Like, you know all the dirt. You know all the dirt. I don't know any dirt. I don't know any dirt. You know all the dirt. You know everything. I'll say it. Grand larceny, theft. Well, it's all over the internet. So that part made me crack up because whether or not Lisa leaked these things, Lisa defending everything, being like, well, it's all over the internet. Like, if I talked about it's all over the internet, it's like that was the exact inverse of what happened earlier this season when they all sat around and Lisa put up the poster board of like the accusations, and Bronwyn was saying, hey, Lisa, I wasn't like digging things up. It was in the newspaper. I read it and I was curious. It was on the internet, basically. And Lisa's like, no, you dug it up. And now when the shoe's on the other foot, Lisa's like, it was on the internet. It was on the internet. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't digging anything up. So I just think it's so funny how convenient, like how everyone is so hypocritical on this show at all times.
Yeah, they
to serve
literally
their
all
purposes.
they literally all are. Yeah, because she's being a hypocrite, and so are they by bringing up stuff from the internet after they were like, "How dare you? How dare you?" So she's like, "Why am I responsible for what's on the internet? What are you going to blame me for 2 girls and a cop too?"
So then Jason goes down to check in on Angie because Angie's still puking her face off. So he like adds some like warm blankets or something. She's like, "Oh, this is worth it. The highlight of the night. What is going on up there?" And he's like, "Well, it's a lot. It's a lot is happening. I was like a ghost up there. They didn't even see me."
Yeah, so then back at dinner, Lisa's like, "What do I need to say then?" She goes, "You don't need to do anything, Lisa, but I'm going to be honest with you that I think you're the source of the dirt." "Okay, well then, you know what? I just can't be your friend." She goes, "Are you kidding me? You can't be my friend because I'm accusing you of being a horrible person?"
I know. I got accused last year of leaking stuff that I didn't leak, and I actually defended you, Whitney, and I felt bad for you, and I felt like really bad for you. Like what? Like what if you're the leak? Like what if you're the leak? What if you're the leak? It's like not fucking me. It's not me.
Yeah, so she's like, "What about you? What if you're the leak? What if you're the leak?" And Heather's like, "I would own it if I were the leak. I would own it." "Oh, yeah, I love how this got spun. It got spun." "It's not spun. You're fucking spinning it, you moron. You're the one spinning it."
No, I don't do spin class. I don't exercise. I did not know what you're accusing me of doing, and I just don't have anything more to say to you.
She's also, this is what's making me crazy. Like, I still don't know. Maybe Lisa is the one who found it. But what's making me crazy is that they keep gaslighting her. She's not spinning it. She's just saying she didn't do it. How is that a spin? She's just denying it. They're like, "Stop spinning it." She's not. She's saying she didn't do it. So she's like, "You're spinning it, and you're spinning it the wrong way, Lisa. One day we spin things and they come back to hit us in the face because we are spinning women." She's like, "I literally can't believe you would do this to me. I'm like in shock. I'm like in shock."
Have I ever disparaged your marriage? Have I ever disparaged your business? Have I ever done fucking anything to you, Lisa Barlow? I'm going to say what I think. I'm going to say it to your face. And if you don't like it, fuck you. Get off the fucking yacht if you can't hear what I have to say. If you don't like that I accuse you of being treacherous to this entire group and someone that we should never trust, then fuck you.
Okay, then. I'm happy to go because the fact that you accuse me of something that I would never do when I'm wearing a cowboy hat is really low, Heather. It's really low.
Lisa.
And no, you know what, Meredith?
Lisa.
Don't even come for me because, you've made it clear. Okay, and I've never been accused of something I did not do. I will not do that. And you know what? I don't need to be calmed down. You know what? Do you mean it? Do you want me to go? Do you want me to go?
No, of course I don't want you to go. We have 2 more days of cornering you and accusing you of leaking things to the internet. You can't leave tonight.
But how would you feel like if I was like, "You're the source. You're the source. You just admitted, Heather, it's you."
I have been a very good friend to you, which has nothing to do with this moment, but I'm going to bring it up again. And I'm a friend to you till the death for some reason.
You know what? Being a friend to me is not telling me to admit to something I didn't do. That's not you being a friend. That's being fucking everything else. Like what you've done to me. Like what you've done, Whitney.
Lies,
like what you've
lies. You've done it to others. Ha.
No, I've not done a fucking thing to you. Get that out of your head, Whitney.
No, I'm not going to get it out of my head because I know you have done things, that is. Ha.
So now Heather's pulling Lisa away and she's like, "Don't touch Whitney." Like she's trying to hurt Whitney. Oh my God. She's like, "You guys are liars and you're fakes. You're fakes."
Listen to me. Why is it so fucking bad that you're the one that knows everything about everyone? That's not bad. That shows you know things. You're smart. You're intrepid. You know how to use the internet. You can research things. You know people at places. This is actually a very empowering moment for you. Why aren't you leaning into it?
Talking about spinning it right there. Why is it bad that you're the one that knows everything? What? That's crazy.
And she's like,
I'm
"You're
not
saying
even
I'm the
defending
source?"
Lisa. I just think that Heather's mind games are hilarious. I'm like, she is working so quickly on such a different level.
Oh, she's so gross in how she does it. And Lisa falls for it every time. I feel like everybody falls for it. It's so nice to hear you laughing about it because I'm like, am I the only one seeing that? It's making me crazy. And everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, go get her, Heather. She's such a fucking liar." So Lisa's like, "It's not true. It's not true." And she goes, "Okay, then who's the leak? Ask your buddies." She goes, "But you are my buddy. That's why I'm asking you."
I'm gonna call John. Hey, John. I'm like so sad. I am like so sad, John. There's not even a Wendy's on this yacht, John.
Lisa.
I'm so sad. Get the fuck away from me. I'm so sad, John.
No,
John.
I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm friends till death, which is why until your grave, I'm going to accuse you
Heather,
of being
John,
the leak like a
Heather,
good
just-
friend would do.
Heather just accused me of leaking all the blog stuff. And like, that's like the meanest thing that everyone's ever done to me. And she goes, admit it. And she keeps saying, just say you're the source. John, are you hearing
That's
this,
not
John?
what I did. You're creating this out of your mind. No, you literally are doing that. She's not even making this up. Fuck off. If you want to walk downstairs,
John.
fucking leave me, then fucking leave me.
Tell John what you said. Say you're the source. Say, and like, I've never done anything to hurt them, John. Not even once. Not once, John. John, are you there? John, are you there? Oh, sorry. It was the Wendy's drive-thru. Hold on. Let me call John.
I thought Heather and I had come so far, and for her to go back into this like Lisa's a villain, Lisa's the source, it's bullshit and it's ridiculous. You know what? She's like, it's making me reassess our friendship. Yeah. So now we go back to the crew, and Alicia is like, oh my God, that one's threatening to leave. It's amazing. It's amazing. She's loving it.
So now Heather is actually almost like moving into like a Leanne Locken space because she walks into Angie and Mary's room and she's sobbing. I mean, and I say that meaning that like Leanne Locken was like one of the queens of melodrama, like when she was on Dallas. So now she's like, like, oh my God, Heather, what's happening? She's like, I was coming to try to find Lisa because she's so mad at me. Oh, but first, how are you feeling? And Angie's like, don't worry about me. I'm just puking up all my feta cheese. What's happening with you? Well, okay. I just merely said you're the source of all the lies and all the things that are getting leaked. No, something innocent like that, something a good friend would say to someone. It's practically a Hallmark card. And she just fully freaked out. Why would she freak out on that?
And Angie's like, oh, you are
Heather.
so brave. You are so brave. She's like, yeah, and I'm her friend over Bronwyn's, but like, she is, you guys. She is the leak. And Mary's like, don't cry over that because you're being real. You're being real. And real friends need that. Real friends need it. And you know what? It is game over. Game over. I don't care what you do. It is wrong. It is wrong.
And Mary's like, the captain was paying attention. He said, Heather's getting at Lisa. So then Whitney's like, I want to go on a tour. Daisy, will you show me the tour of the kitchen? And Daisy hates this. Oh God, I have to clean up my bedroom because she's going to want to look inside of it. So now Whitney's going on some tour and she almost falls down the stairs.
Yeah. And then Jason asked Brittany if she had a good night. She's like, oh, I sure did. So let me ask you this. Do you actually run the ship?
It's like, yeah, I'm a captain. It's part of what happens when you're the captain. You become the captain of the ship. So the correlation. When they say correlation does not mean causation, in this case, it does. When you're the captain, you're the captain.
Well, could you give me a tour maybe of the ship?
Well, tomorrow, not tonight. I'm going to bed. I've been up since 4 a.m.
Oh, but I was just looking for an excuse to get out of here. Okay, go away. There's other men here.
So he leaves. And Whitney's still taking the tour. She's like,
Oh my God, the food was amazing. Is this the kitchen where you cook things? Wow. I have a pan at home too. Look, I could do a dance on it.
she's like swinging from the pan rack.
I just got a text from Bobby who wants to know if you have any soda in the refrigerator. She's also clutching her fingers onto the kitchen island and turning pale.
So then
Brittany goes to check on Lisa, and Lisa's now sitting on the edge of the swimming platform thing. And she's like, John, tomorrow, come get me. I'm going to a hotel. Promise me you'll come get me, John.
it was a 15-hour flight to get over there, by the way. So Brittany's like, hey, Lisa.
No, I don't want you
Hi.
near me. I don't want anyone near me. Don't
You
come
want me
near
near
me. No.
A wise man
no.
once said, you are loved. You are loved. Can I just hug you?
No,
You want to hear Jared
know
say
what? It's
that
the
you're
sickest
loved?
thing I've ever heard in my life. Just leave me alone. You know what? I just want to be with John.
Can I just say I love you?
No,
You were
gross. Don't. I don't want anyone touching me or near me. Okay.
Okay.
So back to Heather crying to Angie and Mary. She goes, Mary, what do I say to her? Well, you're telling the truth. Just say, I'm being a real friend and I'm telling you how I feel. And I'm telling you how we all feel. And we all feel. And we all know it.
So Heather's like, I'm gonna go now. I'm carrying it for all of us. This is what I do for the sisterhood.
I'm carrying it for all of us. Oh, the weight of accusing Lisa Barlow of doing something, which is what they do every single season.
Like, I got you guys. I got you. I love you so much. That's why I'm gonna carry these messages. Okay. So now she goes looking for Lisa, and Brittany's like, well, I was actually looking for you and I found Lisa. And she's like, I'm going to go talk to her. Okay. Is she leaving the boat? And she's like, no, she's right there. And so she sees her sitting on the end of the dock, and Lisa's just like, John, why did they do this to me? John.
And it fades to black. So I don't know if Lisa leaked or not. You know, I think I really do tend to believe this was the audience. Like someone in the audience found this shit. Maybe Lisa called up a friend and said, you know what? I'm so sick of Bronwyn. Why don't you look up all these rumors that they're saying online? Like, I would not be surprised if Lisa gets messy. But I think ultimately the takeaway from me was how Heather basically is like, wants to accuse Lisa of these things, but somehow also maintain the friendship and act like this is somehow a gesture of like humane sisterhood. I don't know, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, I think that I don't think Lisa's above talking to bloggers and stuff like that and being like, oh my God, I heard this thing. Well, I also heard this thing or whatever. I don't think she's above it. The reason I just can't get on her is because I feel like they all fucking do it. I mean, Whitney had the Jizz for Jazz thing against Lisa. They were all excited to talk about all of Lisa's stuff. I just think that they all do it. And I would rather know what's going on with Bronwyn. I wish they would dig into Bronwyn's stuff. I don't think that someone being accused of all this stuff that should just be able to come in and be like, oh, nothing, it was nothing. And you guys are ridiculous. And my husband's mad at you for bringing it up. And they're like, okay, let's get Lisa. It's just like, you've got such good stuff there to work with. And you're just coming after Lisa again. You do it every single season, you know?
But I also would like to know what's going on with Lisa, because she's the one who actually has active cases against her that are happening. So I also would like to know about that as well. And we've completely gotten away from that. But I will say one thing I'm really not that interested. I'm getting kind of tired of housewives fights about who leaked things to the media. Like I'm starting to feel like that's not the most compelling argument, because it's so meta. It's really like you can never really get to the bottom of it. What's happening in Orange County is sort of interesting because it kind of like with the launching off point for like a larger issue about lying in the group with Gretchen, yada yada yada. But like it got tiresome with Lucy Apple Juice. I think it's just not my favorite thing. I prefer when the fights are more about true interpersonal things that are happening within the show, within relationships, as opposed to who was talking to what blogger, because it's sort of, I don't know. I don't think it's really about as much the central premise of the Real Housewives about like when it becomes about who said what to some outsider. It should be really about how do I feel about you as with our relationship and et cetera, et cetera. I like when shifting loyalties, we were best friends, now we're not friends anymore. Like that's more compelling to me. So while this was like a very entertaining episode, I have to admit, I wasn't totally invested in what they were squabbling about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the stuff comes out, it's going to be out there. So at this point, like, who even cares? Because if she did do it, like, okay, well, then where'd you get the information? Like, you just did a simple internet search. Like, what are you going to yell at somebody for Googling something? That's kind of what it's becoming, you know? It's like, oh, you Googled something and came up with someone's sealed records. Ooh. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I think like
I have no problem Googling somebody. So I Google everybody I meet. So I don't know. To me, it's just not that big of a deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Below Deck Salt Lake City crossover will continue next week, I'm sure, to great effect. And thanks everyone for being here on this episode. We got more recaps coming up later this week. And so be sure that you're subscribed here to Watch What Crappens, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Bye.